What's up, y'all? Welcome to the channel. This is your boy Amit, and today we are taking vibe coding to the test. I'm going to be checking out Vercel's V0, and with that, let's get started. All right, so we are inside of my Vercel account. Before we begin, I want to show you that I am currently on the free plan, but should I hit my limits during this video demonstration, I'll upgrade to the paid plan so we can finish the video, and I want to see the capabilities of this app. Now, speaking of the app, idea is very simple. I would like to create a game that's a word game, so word-based game Wordle, but not. The concept is that it's a Tetris-style game where there are letters falling from the top of the screen and stacking up to the bottom, and they're stacking up in little squares. And your job, or the user's job who's playing this game, is to connect the letters to make legible words. And at each level, so level one would be the base, right? Where you can stack the words, the letters, sorry. Level one would be the base where you can stack the letters and you keep stacking the letters. But unlike Tetris, you don't have to make them fit in the correct order. You just have to drag your mouse, or if you're on mobile, your finger on the starting letter and then drag it across each letter block to connect them. And as soon as you connect a legible word, those tiles should blast and disappear. And then new tiles will keep falling, and the complexity of that game will increase as and when you keep making those tiles disappear. So this makes sense in my head. I hope it made sense as I said it out loud. Now, let's see if Vercel can deliver on that. So if you want to try out Vercel, it's v0.dev. Great domain name. Would love to know how much they purchased this for. So let's get started. I'm going to create a new chat, which is actually right here. And I'm going to give it my prompt. All right, so it's a big one. This is a big prompt, but let's see what I'm asking Vercel to do. Let's create an app. First of all, let's create a web-based browser game. I'm not a programmer, so I don't know how to give it that prompt in a more succinct programmatic manner, but I'm going to show you how you can do that without being a programmer. I have not written a single line of code in my life. I don't plan to write a single line of code in my life. And we are headed in that direction where we won't need to. So here's my prompt. It's a big one. So let me read this out, maybe a little bit faster. Let's create a web-based browser game that's similar to Tetris, with the differentiation that instead of playing Tetris, we will be playing a word game. Each letter will drop in its own square tile and will start lining up at the bottom of the screen. The users will have to line them up in the correct order to make a legible word out of those dropping tiles. Once they make a legible word, that tile disappears. Let's make this wide enough to be able to have 5 tiles horizontally. And users have to make at least a 2-letter word to make 2 tiles disappear. And I was voice typing this, so don't worry about the punctuation. Plus, I'm bad at grammar anyways. If they make a 3-letter word, 3 tiles disappear. So on and so forth. Let's also introduce some Scrabble-style rules where they can make the word horizontally or vertically, or a combination of both. Each time we make a row or a column disappear, they receive points. The game should progressively get faster to make it harder for them to complete each challenge. The game should get progressively faster at certain rate points. I think this was supposed to be break points. Let's give our users 5 points for every correct word, and let's increase the speed every time they reach 50 points. Okay, perfect. I'm going to copy this just in case. Always copy your prompts. And then I'm going to hit this little thing here, but this says prompt is too long. Max length is 1,000 characters. So I'm just going to send this as is. Now, at this point, I could take this into my favorite AI tool, whether it's ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, whatever your poison is. And you can have it be refined there with your functional requirements, with your business requirements, and then paste it in Vercel. But I just want to see how far I can take Vercel without really getting too deep. So I can see on the right side, again, even though I don't write code, I can see that it is starting to add these words in the dictionary so that it knows, okay, these were legible words. And it's automatically doing dictionary of common English words. It's also adding some a UI button, some component UI card, letter tile, game controls, library of words. And I'm just guessing that's what all these mean. So all of this should give us a basic game and we can iterate on it, add more words in the library. I can just pull the whole dang dictionary and put it in here. Maybe I can even integrate a dictionary in here with our modern day dictionary with all the words that I don't understand, like gyat and cap, no cap. I don't understand them. So that's for future iterations. For now, we just want to see how far can we go with a single prompt. This is the future of coding. And holy cow, like it's here. The game just appeared out of nowhere on my screen here. All right, I'm going to hit start. All right, controls are working. Can I make it go fast? Yeah, that looks like it does. And it stops when it reaches the bottom. Oh, I have no clue what PU would make, but let's just put it in the middle. I, no clue. Oh, up. Up is a legible word. Perfect. And I got 10 points. I don't know why I got 10 points. I should have gotten only 5 points. Is not a word. I don't know if IU is a word, but let's see. Nope, not a legible word. All right, so it looks like the game's working right out of the box. This in itself is, I wouldn't be able to do this. Let's pause. Pause works and resume also works. J, again, this is pretty cool that I'm able to do this. The game works out of the box. Now let's iterate on the game. All right, so I'm going to pause it and I'm going to give it a follow up prompt. Here's my follow up prompt. It says, I like it and it has the basic functionality and it seems to work. Let's make this even better. First, let's apply a dark theme. Second, let's add some sound effects for every time a correct word is put together. Maybe like a simple whoosh or a whoosh sound, not a wish sound, a whoosh sound, or something similar. Also, let's show the score in the middle of the game, either towards the left or the right side, so that the users can easily see the score as they're playing. Because as I'm playing this, I have to scroll up or down to see the score. I'm guessing if I'm full screen, I will be able to see the score, but that was just my first assumption. Also, let's enable hint mode so the users can enable a hint if they are stuck. And if they enable the hint, then the system should show them where they can drop the next letter to make a legible word. Let's use a modern UI framework instead of the current framework to make this look more sleek and modern. So let's give this a go. Let me see if I can enhance the prompt this time. I'm going to copy it, hit enhance, let Vercel work its magic. Perfect. Dark theme, sound effects, score display, hint mode, UI framework. Looks like it captured it all. So now again, it's going to go do its thing. It's going to start writing the code. It might even rewrite the entire code. I don't know if it'll do that. Most of these vibe coding platforms go and rewrite that entire piece of code. I'm actually going to show you how Vercel is different and how you can make sure that it only writes a specific piece of code and how you can select or guide it to write just that one piece of code instead of writing the entire code. So it's see, it's doing all the words all over again. And this time, instead of doing it in a CSV format, it just went line by line. Now, what I see it's doing is it's only adding 2, 3, and 4 letter words. So the game people won't be able to create a 5 letter word because its memory bank only has up to 4 letter word. So I definitely feel the need to integrate a dictionary, but I don't know how to do that. So while this is doing its thing, let's go to a different AI tool that we can ask this question. I'm inside of Claude, and what I'm asking Claude is, what's the best way to integrate a dictionary in a word-based game? Typed it twice. Word-based web browser game, so gamers can create eligible words similar to Wordle, similar to Wordle. I'm going to understand the concept of how I can do this. And it's saying, here's how you can approach this. You can choose a dictionary source using an existing word list API, create your own dictionary database, or use a JavaScript dictionary library. For a web browser game, I recommend using a JavaScript-based solution. Here's a basic implementation strategy. Would you like me to explain this code or discuss any specific? It looks like we want to use a JavaScript-based solution here. And I do see here it's saying fetch this. So let's go to this website and see what it is. We remove. Okay, let's just go to API dictionary. That didn't bring anything. Okay, dictionary API.dev. get word definitions, the basic syntax of a URL. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. Let's go back to Vercel, see how far it's got. All right, so we have our level, we have our score. It did not do anything with the UI, but I do see the dark theme, light theme, and system theme. However, it's not toggling to the dark theme. So we'll play this again. Let's try it and see how it works. I also see in the bottom here that the squares are off, and I also don't see a hint option. Oh, maybe this is the hint option. Oh, cool. 0. I can put Z here. I have sound enabled, but I don't see a sound happening. Maybe because I haven't made a legible word yet. This is harder than I thought it would be. Is AP a word? I have no clue. Let's do another hint. B. Okay. BE is a word, sure, but I don't know where to put it. Okay, let's put it here. Oh, LEAP would have been a good word, but my P is in the wrong position. Now we're just going to dig ourselves into a big old hole. Is FAP a word? Not in the modern dictionary. It's not. Is WO a word? Nope. Up would have been a word, but we don't have a P. Oh, that's interesting. You just stopped right there. Okay, now it dropped. And yeah, we are not making any words here. Not vertically or horizontally. I think we are screwed. What we need to do here is we need to give a restart option. We need to say the UI still looks very basic, make it modern, and then integrate with the dictionary. So let's do that as our next prompt. All right, here's my follow-up prompt. I've said, all right, let's do a few more edits. First, let's make sure that the UI looks sleek and modern. It still looks the same as it was before. Second, let's have a reset button so users can easily reset. Third, or easily reset the game. Third, let's integrate with the word dictionary using this URL. And that's this. Now we will copy that, enhance the prompt, give it one more go. I'm on the free plan. I don't know when I'm going to hit my limits. I'm sure it's somewhere written on a free plan. I didn't really look at it. So hopefully I haven't hit my limit yet. It's still thinking and going. So I think we're good. No upgrade needed so far. Now what it's saying is it's refining the game. We're going to let it do its thing. What I wanted to show you is how do you use Vercel and target only a specific area instead of refactoring that entire code. So for that, what I'm going to do is go to my website that I built earlier. And in here, what you can do is let's say you want to change the background of this area right here, the agenda. You can hit this little arrow, select that agenda container, and then give your prompt here. And that prompt will only apply to that specific container. And that's how you can save your entire work by being overridden, which is what I was facing the problem in Bolt. And then sometimes I would also face that problem in other vibe coding platforms. So this is awesome. I think every platform is eventually going to go to this model where you can select a container and you just apply your changes to that specific container. You can also go more granular. Maybe you want to select only this heading right here and make changes to just that heading. So you can go even more granular, which is great. Now let's go back to our word game and see what's happening over here. So it's refactoring some of the component. It's thinking the UI still looks the same. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe it's me, not you, you, not me. I have no clue. But these are some of the issues that you will also face when using a vibe coding platform. That's why it's good to have some coding knowledge. That way you can go in the code and you can make your real-time changes. We can see that the refinements were here and it's doing all the refinements, but I have no clue what it's doing with the API. So here it says the API is generated. Let's go and look at that API and see what it's doing. Oh, it just overrode, or it maybe took me to another screen. All right, here it says fail to load blob, additional improvements. Cool. Let's see, or at least the button is much sleeker and we have some gradient effect on top here and the gradient effect on the button. So I like that. Now we have a runtime error. Let's try to refresh this and see if that runtime error disappears. Nope. Port.map is not a function at word game components. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this error, put it back in my chat and see, oh, we have the fix option here. So let's just fix it. It's doing its thinking. Let's see if it can fix it. The Board map function suggests that board is not an array as expected. So now it's going to go and fix that problem. Again, this is where it pays to be a developer. Any developer watching this is probably laughing at me right now, and rightfully so. This is for us non-developers to just do proof of concepts, and then we can take this proof of concept to our developers and tell them, okay, now make this better. This was the idea in my head. But your job is safe, developers. Your job isn't going anywhere. As you can see, this is iteration 1 of these vibe coding platforms. We have a long way to go. But I think we are at least at the point where we can create kick-ass websites within minutes. We can create a proof of concept, whether it's a calculator, whether it's a full-blown app, whether it's a game. You can create that proof of concept and then take it to your developer. So I think we're headed in the right direction, but there's still a lot of work to be done. So let's see what this final iteration looks like. I'm not going to continue to iterate and burn my free credits, but I want to show you how far you can get with a simple concept as a Tetris-style game. We are back with our final session, hopefully. So it says it's fixing the board map is not a function error. Did a bunch of things, and it says it's fixed it. So let's give it a shot. I'm going to hit start game. All right, looks like the game's working. There is a reset button here that resets the game. Perfect. So we have pause, reset here, hint, and right now there's no hint, which is fine. So let's try this, see if I can get a word successfully. So this time my strategy is going to be go to the corners. Okay, OF is a word, and that does not stand for OnlyFans. Let's go here. There's an error playing sound. That's fine. We don't care about the sound right now. But what happened is, okay, when I tried to remove that error, my arrow stopped working. All right, let's see. Hint. Hi is a word, but can I go like this? Invalid word. IH. Okay. Still a sound error. Let's go with, oh, I guess it worked. So we are on level 1. I would love to see how this gets faster, but I don't want to keep wasting your time. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to publish this game. You play it. Let me know if it goes faster. I'm going to simply hit deploy. That's going to do the publishing for me. And while it publishes, I'm going to pause it. And yeah, I'll put this link in the description. You tell me what are some ways I can improve this. Give me a prompt in the comments. So I'll take your prompt, I'll put it in the game, and let's make it better. Let's make this a community effort. And there you have it, vibe coding at its best. This was a simple use case. If you would like me to try out any complex use cases, I am willing to upgrade my account, whatever it takes. I can go to the highest plan. I don't care. The plans are $20 a month, $200 a month. That seems to be the new norm. ChatGPT started it with $20 a month, $200 a month. And that's a huge jump. It's just wild. How are we doing this in the SaaS world today? What the hell happened? Anyways, I'm ranting. Please drop a comment. Let me know what app you would like me to create. And until next time, keep creating.